doesn't mean a great deal to the player.
Up the middle, Colson Montgomery, the first out.
And one of the reasons why guys who are battling know they're battling, and so each and every day, whether it's the opening game of this, that they can actually belong here. And if you do that, then it's a successful spring.
Here at Camelback Ranch, it's a great facility.
And we are very familiar. Much better hitter from the left side, and he'll.
Mariners second baseman. He yanks that one to the Dacus, fields it, steps on the best. One of these guys here in camp who is trying to win a job here with the White Sox.
Starting every day, probably are behind him, but realizes at this stage of his career, just earning a spot on.
Here's the DH, Mitch Garver.
The Twins, healthy, but this is a big, strong young man.
Two outs here in this top of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. He did. These guys brought in for defensive purposes to work with his staff.
It's first, and there's a couple of them in camp. Guys handled pitchers very well.
I mean, yesterday there was an incident where he ground ball, did not run it out.
Well, the pitcher did boot the ball at first, and fortunately he booted it a second. But I think Pedro wants to set the tone in spring training because this is a veteran guy. Sends a message to everybody else.
The 3-2 pitch, got him.
Casey Lawrence going to the mound, and that's what he did last spring training with the Mariners. Mariners going to be a really strong pitching, especially the rotation.
It's really the first time that he has been healthy, and he's excited about this spring.
Yeah, White Sox fan on his right hand in September of 22. Took longer to heal. Green hand injury. He had a rib injury. Still played 151 games, second most on the team.
And Steve, this is kind of the theme we've seen a lot of this season.
Well, a down year is you come into a new place with a 5-year deal for do it last year physically.
We'll make the first catch here in this Boston.
Here's another guy coming up now, John, that he had some foot issues. But also, this is the final year of his contract. He's got wonderful skills, and hopefully he can stay healthy and bring.
So he's 4 punch in this lineup of Moncada, Robert Jr., and Jimenez. And talking about the White Sox team.
Guys.
Low, and it drops in front of him. Moncada will have a stand.
Or just throw it back to the infield. This one's. Barlow has some problems. He doesn't really know if he's going to get run, but that's a ball that will be caught.
Robert Jr. hacking at the first pitch. Season, 145 games. And so he gets this one all the way into left. Maldonado had to. He gets all of it.
Well, it felt like ordinary wind whatsoever. It's absolutely still. He caught that one. A hitter can feel it in his hands. He knows where he hit it on the bat, and that one stayed in the park.
Eloy Jimenez, grounder to the right side. Polanco at second. Griffin, top of the second. No score between the Mariners and the White Sox. So the plan here out for the second is Sammy Peralta.
16 games last year with our Sox to man an inning, so the changeup is pretty good.
One of the play for the Mariners. It'll be the first baseman, Ty France. France.
He's a really 58 driven in. The year before, 2022.
Right fielder will step in. Nobody can.
This is really a key, but he's never hit above 200 with the Mariners.
Mariners have 74 players in camp. Foul territory. Moncada cannot make.
Discretion is the better part of valor, because could he have made that catch? But he's coming up on the tarp right there, as you can see, kind of distracted at the.
The count on Trammell.
You have to do whatever you can do to pull the ball. At the end of this at bat for Trammell was not a good at bat. Thinking along the same lines as you, starts looking away, then you can jam him. In this,
here's Peralta's pitch. Got him looking.
going to third base where you can score on a ground ball or a fly ball. Now you still have to get a base hit early in the spring training.
I'm going to give it to Max Stassi, the good frame job.
He's pretty.
Rojas, one of the guys in camp right now for Seattle who is bad.
Seattle's going to go with the platoon system at third base. Hey, but third base looks to be one that will be shared.
Off speed. France is on.
Paul Sewald had 8 rises for a guy to come through.
Juniors camps underneath. Runner at second and third.
Successful. That's a run. It's 1-0 Seattle. If he moves them along, he didn't. Might wind up costing him a run depending on the resolution of this at bat.
Fly ball track and will make the catch.
White Sox. He signed a minor league deal just last week with the Sox to be prepared from pitch one. Every game, every pitch is going to matter. Batted .350, slugged .600, made the team. Hoping.
Does that put on other players that knowing that a guy like this who has accomplished?
You look at the guys who are playing your position, you figure out just how many there are, major league accomplishments, and that competition is really open spots. The starting rotation has some open spots, and I like to see competition.
Lawrence on the mound. The starter for Seattle in his second inning. Starting pitching, relievers.
7 or 8 guys competing for 5 spots in the rotation. A little more crowded because the guys that don't make the rotation will go to the pen. That high fastball, Moustakas said he's got a pretty good one. Then he reacts to a high fastball out of the zone.
Sheets called up in 2000, 10 home runs.
That's the competitive nature. He said it's supposed to be me versus the pitcher, but against a pitcher, that's not really a great recipe for success. And that's where Gavin knows some tips he hasn't heard before, so he's in a much better place mentally. And
was Colson Montgomery, #1 draft choice, #1 prospect in the organization.
Handed hitting shortstop. Rated as the #8 prospect in minor league.
Have them early in your career and try to put them away, but he's supremely talented. But odds are overwhelming because he doesn't have that much of a minor league backlog.
But that's also the best part about spring training is that you never know. I mean, if he goes on it.
Because if nothing else, he gets to see major league pitching.
Every time I talk to a scout this week since I've been here since Monday, Sox organization.
Well, he's going to be a very good major league starter. You still need all of those minor league at bats to smooth things out, to understand what to do and make maybe 2 mistakes per at bat. You're going to next time they'll make 1, and you have to hit that 1, because if you miss that, you get bats. And that's one of the things that the Sox are looking at with Montgomery.
Runner go. He's run the count to full. As Sheets returns the first.
That's going to be one right-hand hitter.
Benintendi. Farlow coming. And the White Sox go down. And
Mark Cousin. That's what he did in the minor leagues. The ERA was a bit up.
Favorite concert or festival you've ever been to?
Oh, let's see. I could say Liberace, but that was a while ago. That tour they had, and it was in Columbia between Washington, D.C. seating area. But other than that, they were just wonderful. I mean, wonderful. I went to, well, Buddy would be stretching it, but we can call him a buddy for this conversation. To see him, Joe Walsh and Barnstorm. That was at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix. I do prefer comedians, though. Leno live, and he was terrific.
I bet he'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Polanco fouls out.
It wasn't a comedian, was a singer, dancer, and everything else. I saw Sammy Davis Jr. His father was his agent.
Second plate appearance after striking out. Runner goes from first.
Seconds. So that also will move the game along a bit. Actually, what a crafty manager will do on occasion. They don't want that to happen, so they've done away with that. I think most of the rule changes actually are for.
Yeah, they check on the runner at second.
You've got to know if you've got to hurry. You can take your time. You might to get a leg up on the opposition, and you have to know everything about these guys and tell you this, and this to worry about.
2 and hit him.
You're talking about a guy that's no stranger to the baseball hitting him, and with a padded up lead out the way of more than France gets out of the way of them, because you don't mind getting hit where.
Would you like to see more rules? with protection for hitters, or let them do what they want?
I don't want them to have any protection. That lead elbow, nah. That's giving him.
Spoken like a true pitcher.
Exactly right.
Someone as Taylor Trammell.
Sometimes a guy will foul a ball off his leg or foot, sometime now and then.
Jam. He's got Trammell in the hole, 0-2.
Stays up, but that's something that Trammell.
Rojas 0 for 1. They said he did check his swing. So 2-0 the count on Rojas.
There's a fan on one hop. Isn't that nice?
And then he gives it away. Nicely done. France to load the bases. Has come back with a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cousin as he tries to dig himself out of this.
This is a very good breaking ball. Breaks.
Pedro Grifol told us about not watching the scoreboard, not watching ball, finding quality pitches here, trying to get.
Does get out of this. This would be some job of walking the line. Sebi's actually pretty.
Swung through that one, and Cousin is one.
And it'll be on to the next inning.
Off to right, giving chases Moustakas and Mike Moustakas. How about this catch?
That ball probably was a foul ball, but Mike ran it down. Rivera is how you pronounce the last name.
Played for the White Sox as Yoan Moncada, his second at bat, double.
We have what they call wholesale changes for Seattle. Out in spring training. Those are guys just filling a spot, except for leaves in the not too distant future. This guy is going to be a major league star.
It did not go around, so he's still alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pulled foul to the right side. Ooh.
This has been a day that the pitchers for Seattle, and the man you're looking at for our Sox.
Down the left field line. But the effort, spring training home opener.
The effort and the efficiency, because they're fielding everything.
It's protecting the zone, fighting at the plate, quality at bats like we're seeing right now. Grounded to second. One down, a start. Robert Jr. 0 for 1. Flew out a ball that went all the way to the warning track. But it's Steve, as you.
For a hitter, you're trying to hit.
Slow roll to short, charging.
He doesn't rush. You got to come in aggressively and field it. Transfer is good. Or the name in the end.
Shot caught at first. Jimenez was territory. It's Sosa, newly inserted at third, who makes the
lights. Learn the latest insights and get breaking news on your favorite team.
Today. Black. That one is drilled into left. It is a stop at second. The second hit of the game for the Mariners.
Stayed up in the zone. comes out.
Right back to Michael. Lifted out into left. It's Phillips at the warning track. Will make the catch. No score. We move to the bottom of the fifth. Made that catch, which I have a feeling we're going to see again at some point this spring.
Right.
Here's the 2-2. A broken bat. And it is for the Sierra Mariners.
And as far as the shortstop position is concerned, you can never have too many.
For fans is that you get an up-close look, not just the stars you're going to see all season, but how close they could be to getting to the big leagues.
And then if you see a guy that you watch his progress, that's why spring training is.
Here's our top prospect. This is his second at bat here in the spring. Montgomery, the 22nd overall pick back in 2024. But when you see him move on the infield, getting ground balls, he is
just an outstanding player.
Go, you give him the green light here?
Absolutely. Yeah, just
a 4-pitch walk for Montgomery with 2 outs here in this bottom of the fifth. Here we get a chance.
That'd be a bad idea here because you figure he's going to see a fastball. A good base runner is going to know how quickly he got back. Then he'll take another half step on the lead.
Well hit to right center field, giving chases Clase, and he will right back up to the middle off the shoe of McGarity, the new. It always amazes me first when you see.
We watch this play and see if he can complete it.
So charging hard.
Nope, he beat it. When a pitcher delivers the ball, he's about 55 feet away from the hitter, anywhere from 100 to 110 miles an hour. That ball gets, and this is one of the reasons, John, that in this max, what happens more times than not, when you deliver the ball, you fall off to the glove sides. You can't defend yourself, and you just have to pray that that line drops.
Is that something you
I was just a little guy, and he said, have a nice easy motion and square it off. Follow through. If you do that, you'll be able to field. And my whole life, I never got hit above the belt with them. Sometimes in the thigh, sometimes in the shin with line drives. And if you happen to get hit in a bad spot, you've got some problems. I would like to see the max effort era go away, so I want to see pitchers go longer. That protects your bullpen. And who was just elected to the Hall of Fame, he told me, remember something, that resulted in a strikeout.
Right center field gap.
No, it wasn't a green light.
Just curious. So minor league pitching
Ranks, they know your weaknesses, and they know how to execute those pitches. That's what I've really been told. And they're in AA, and you can just tell a big difference with that. And I would just say that's kind of the biggest thing, that they know where it's going pretty much. They know where to pitch it. They know your strength.
shortstop. Are you learning anything about the game, playing shortstop, being around a veteran?
You can kind of connect with just being a shortstop too, and he was a big leaguer, all-star, things like that. You can ask him anything, so if I ever had any questions, I would just ask him. Talk to him a lot.
And the White Sox go down in order
as a person
here in the
in Chicago when we had that.
So you're a tall shortstop, 6'3", or you're 6'4"? I thought he might have had you by a half inch.
Quit.
Worried about getting hit, but with Kuhn, he's opening up.
Hit it through the hole. Phillips is being waved in.
Slider that didn't slide, he hits it hard, and when you look at exit,
Things started to happen here this half inning.
well, he's an offensive shortstop, so 70th.
Runner goes from first.
21st round out of Tulane.
8-9-1 coming to the plate for Seattle. 2-0. One is lined into center. To start this inning. Check on Class A. Steve, something we talked about yesterday, the importance of spring. I get up to speed pretty quickly here in the spring. Runner goes. So Class A is ready.
There is Chris Getz. Wondering if his first spring training as a general manager. About the makeup of his baseball team. And they've done a whole lot of things to address that issue here. And I just talked to some mix of cookies that you got.
That bat is shattered quickly. That ball is lined into center. Catch is made, tagging from third. It out into deep left center field. And it is gone.
Well, he hit the ball very hard last. Got there and try not to repeat it.
Shoemake it short. And Elko delivers that into left for a single.
2. This ball's hit pretty well, John.
It keeps carrying it.
Fastball is up and out over the plate, and Corey had some problems offensively last year.
Ever. I like the
OG in spring training, especially the most important stat, and that is time of game.
Elko, as Lee hit that home run when you were talking to us.
You know what? Corey Lee can ruin my story. So just quickly on Elko. So yeah, he was the captain of the national championship team for Ole Miss. Unveiled on campus of Tim Elko this week. Yesterday he hits the home.
And it drops foul territory.
He looks up and then kind of gives up on a ball that was
Be out in this bottom of the 7th. More.
Local product from Chicago and longtime broadcaster with the Mariners. He said Mariners, and that's one of the reasons why they're going to be 88 win mark. And I think this team, they can do that.
Well, hit to right center field.
Sosa
Shakes his Class A.
right.
That's a good swing, and it hit the center fielder Class A. Third, as the
Realize you can't hit a ground ball there because you can ground it into 2 and then you come away. Well,
two outs. Did check his swing. So 2-1 the count on delivery. Mercedes. Deloach goes down, but this one is well hit into right field. And a stand-up double for Seattle for Tyler Locklear. Grounded to third, it coming home. Nicely done at third.
and it's great to come home. I know you don't mind. The play right in front of you, and Lenine knowing he's got a cannon for an arm, you want to make sure you throw it away.
Behind the dish by Corey Lee, but the count is now full. Time Tying run is on second with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Will score. Now the runner from third comes around, and it is on. And Shoemake will make the catch. White Sox by following the team's official social media accounts. Don't miss a minute of the action. He's out for his second inning of work. Braden Shoemake, the shortstop, steps in. Go 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Elko singled and scored in his first.
After Knock was just a little out front of it, he hit that ball hard. That was a hanger and a big mistake.
Breaking ball again. Elko gets under it. Warning track. Shoemake tagging from second. He will advance to third with 2 outs.
Probably what Eddie is telling him at third base is get a good second. He just missed it.
2-run home run. And he's got a chance to give the Sox the lead here.
Now's the time for Corey to look for a fastball. He's missed with 2.
Fast. In comes Shoemake. And the White Sox retake the lead. 6 lead from first for Rodriguez.
And the fans are delirious.
Okay, don't give it to me.
New pitcher comes.
Ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in this top of the 9th. And time is called. Watch this game. In a batter's box with a comes back with a fastball and a catch is the shortstop makes the catch, and the White Sox are 1 out away.
Much in a game.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. With a single to right.
He's 3 for 3 this afternoon, so some pretty good at bats.
Check on the runner. There goes Rodden from first. Throw down to second. Close the door on the mound. Here's the 0-2. They're waving in Rodden. Here comes the throw. One gets into center. Rodriguez now hustling on the third.
This throw into the runner, so no chance as it hits his foot.
Seattle has scored the go-ahead run here in this top of the 9th. Blake Hunt now 1 and 2 to count. Check on the runner.
It's game over, but didn't work out that way.
Two balls, 2 strike to count.
Hit that ball hard.
Oh, he was all over that one.
Got an inside fastball.
Two and 1 to Peyton.
That pretty tantalizing fastball at 2-1. You're in command, but he
As the tying run is on board for the White Sox.
And nobody throwing in the Seattle pen, so you got to get out of this on your own.
And look who's on deck. Brian Ramo. First it'll be Pin. South side, stand up. Who says you can't have fun in spring training? I enjoyed that one.
You really